Chiefs Kingdom, how you doing? Happy to be back here. You're watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports, and my name is Jay Sanders. Before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to Harrison Graham for filling in for me on Monday. Feeling under the weather, but we're back better than ever and ready for a good week of football with a Super Bowl 57 rematch coming up on Monday. Before we get to that and before we get to today's show, I have a challenge for Chiefs Kingdom. You see, we're trying to reach 48,000 subscribers, and we are under 400 away. That's where you come in. Hit that subscribe button right now. We're putting out Chiefs content as much as humanly possible, and you're going to get the most insightful, entertaining, and informative Chiefs content anywhere on planet Earth right here on the Chiefs Report. So hit that subscribe button and join us today. All right, we're going to talk about some Chiefs news going around, and, well, there's a lot of small topics, a lot of big topics, and most importantly, a lot of fun topics. So the first one is the biggest one. Trent McDuffie talked about the Eagles. And that kind of leads off the show here because on Adam Schefter's podcast, he had Trent McDuffie on and kind of asked him, you have that Super Bowl rematch coming up, and the defense didn't perform exactly well in the Super Bowl. What do you expect for this season? And Trent McDuffie, well, he said some powerful words, saying you definitely have to look at it as a new experience because they're a different team and we're a different team. One of the big things that Coach Spags said this morning was that he hinted back to last Super Bowl, and he was like, I don't know about you guys, but they put up 35 points against us. I know this year's defense, we're like none of that. We're not trying to give up points. So there's definitely that stigma. Even though we won, that wasn't our best defense. We definitely have something to prove. Well, if you weren't excited for this game already, Trent McDuffie just gave you more excitement, and I can't tell you how pumped I am to get to watch this defense go out there and take on the Eagles offense because, well, they put up a show against them in the Super Bowl. I'm not going to front. 400-plus yards, 35 points, 5.6 yards per play. They did have the one turnover, though, which is really a big part of that game. Now, McDuffie is not the only guy who shares the sentiment. This entire defense was to come and play a better game against a high-profiled Eagles offense. So, with that confidence in mind, I want to see if you can predict the Eagles' offensive stat line for Monday's game against the Eagles. I want you to get in the chat and put their points, their yardage, and how many turnovers they're going to have because I'm hoping for a 2-turnover game from Mr. Jalen Hurts or maybe a fumble from DeAndre Swift. Either way, get in the comment section, let me know. I think this defense may be about to feast because the Eagles' offense has not looked great this year, and with McDuffie and the rest of this defense feeling confident, it's going to be a long day for Jalen Hurts. I will say this. It's definitely going to be lower than the Super Bowl. Confidence here, that can always fade away in a big game when the lights shine bright. Luckily, it is in Arrowhead that helps out the Chiefs and their defense and their confidence, but it's not going to be 417 yards. It's not going to be 35 points. You're not going to get 5+ yards per play. That's just not going to happen against this year's Chiefs defense. They're honestly the top defense in the NFL, right there with the Ravens, who just lost a game to the Browns. I think overall, if you ask a lot of people in the NFL, they're going to look at this Chiefs defense and say, yeah, this is probably the number 1 or number 2 defense in the NFL. Therefore, I can guarantee you it will be lower than the Super Bowl. I think there's going to be a lot less of the offense for the the Eagles, and that is a good thing for the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, before we move on in today's show, I'm going to tell you about our sponsor, Game Time. Game Time is your one-stop shop for sports, music, comedy, theater, everything in your area. And with the Kansas City Chiefs, well, you can get tickets for them as well. Now, I use Game Time all the time when I'm going to my Chiefs games. And honestly, I used it this past weekend to go to a college football game. I actually don't like to plan. I'm a young guy. I'm one that just, I'll go to a game when I need to, and I'll get the tickets the day before. Well, with Game Time, that makes it super easy. They got zone deals, flash deals, and honestly, it makes the ticket buying experience so simple. It's the best thing I could ask for. And on top of which, their app is super user-friendly. You can see a picture of your seat before you even pay for it. And on top of it, it's going to give you one of the lowest prices guaranteed. Plus, for Kansas City Chiefs fans, we have a special discount code. If you go and download the Game Time app and use code ChiefsChat, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase. And with Game Time, they're obsessed with finding ways to save money on your tickets. So, I want you to go download the Game Time app, create an account, and then use code ChiefsChat for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHIEFSCHAT for $20 off Chiefs Chat. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets at the lowest price guaranteed. All right, the Broncos have also waived a former Chief as we transition into our second story here on the Chiefs Report. Keondre Coburn, who was a 6th-round pick out of Texas by the Chiefs, was waived recently by the Broncos, which kind of opens up the theory of, would the Chiefs like to bring him back? They were very high on him. Well, Coburn could sign to the Chiefs practice squad. That's kind of, I think, what the Chiefs were expected to do when they cut him, but the Broncos scooped up and signed him before then onto their practice squad. Now, whether the Chiefs were intending on signing him, well, we don't exactly know there, but we do know that they were high on Coburn. They liked what they saw from him at Texas, and honestly, they thought that he could be a very good asset to have in the future. Well, he ultimately just didn't work out, and that was the decision made by Brett Veach to cut him. Now he's a free agent again, open for anybody to sign him. I would like to see the Chiefs go out there and sign Keondre Coburn. All right, I have a question for Chiefs Kingdom because I want you to help me out and show Patrick Mahomes some love because we have something to kind of prove this. But if you think that Mahomes is the best quarterback in the National Football League, then do me a favor and like the video. So I know you're thinking, we already know he's the best quarterback in the NFL. And that's true. But here's the thing. Now we have some viable proof. So if you look here at this picture, you're going to see exactly the QB destroy weight in the sack on perfectly covered plays. So the biggest thing you're seeing here is, what am I looking at? What exactly is going on in this photo? Well, here's the thing. This is kind of basically saying anytime a quarterback is in a perfectly covered set, how often are they going to get positive yardage? You see Patrick Mahomes up there in the upper range, getting 20-plus on the destroy rate. That's pretty dang good if you ask me. And the funny thing is people always are asking, how do these analytics come in? How does this go in? So, again, I think you're still asking, what does this mean? Well, I think the best way we can describe this was from the guy who put out this exact statistic. So here's what it means. When a player is not perfectly covered, how often do QBs either, one, run for negative expected per points average, or throw it away into a tight window? The sum of these two is what we call destroy weight. So it looks like Patrick Mahomes is pretty high on that rate. Well, he's actually, in terms of what you're looking at, the best at it. Whenever a play is perfectly covered, whenever a play is basically perfectly schemed up by the defense to take out whatever the quarterback would want, Patrick Mahomes is able to maybe, actually, a good amount of time, get positive yardage in that situation, which is kind of expected. And it's funny because everybody's saying, oh, Mahomes is having a down year. Mahomes is having a down year. Not really, to be honest with you. Like, are the wide receivers not performing well, and does that make Patrick look a little worse? Yeah, but is he having a down year? Not a chance. He's just making it a little more fun to find ways that he's improving and getting better in the NFL. And the one thing that I look at, that is meaning that stat usually means you're reading a defense really well, being able to kind of diagnose a play and understand what is going to work. Mahomes, rookie year, didn't know how to read defenses. Now, he may be the best at it. Okay, we're going to go to our fourth story here, and I know you saw that in our little intro, but Travis Kelce going to space? What are you talking about, Jace? How does this, what do you mean? Well, Travis Kelce has his New Heights podcast with his brother Jason, and he revealed on there a little interesting thing with SpaceX, who actually messaged Kelce asking about a potential opportunity to go to space. So he got reached out to by one of the SpaceX spaceflight department managers and basically saying if it was possible to discuss spaceflight with Travis Kelce. And I think he should explore it. I think it'd be super funny because I don't know about you, but he looks pretty good in an astronaut suit. He looks pretty good to me. Take the Super Bowl trophy with you. Go up there. Listen, we already know you're going to have another trophy by the end of this season in February, so take that one up there. That's pretty fun. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, Travis Kelce also did some other things over the weekend. You're right. We're not going to talk about that, but I do have a question for you. I know a lot of you expect, well, maybe not expect, but understand what Travis Kelce has been doing and kind of flying all over the country, seeing a certain person. Are you concerned at all with Travis Kelce's off-field thing? Is this cause for concern to maybe think he won't play? there's been some chitter-chatter here and there saying, oh, Kelce shouldn't be doing this, Kelce shouldn't be doing that. So I want to know from a Chiefs fan perspective, the media is all talking, but what do you think? Are you concerned about this? If you are, then type Y for yes and let me know why. If you think it's all just chatter, he can do what he wants, he's a grown man, it was a bye week, it was his time off, then type in for no. The last topic on today's video is Mahomes and his lucky underwear. So while Travis Kelce was flying to Argentina and doing a bunch of awesome, cool stuff, well, Mahomes was on Monday Night Football's Peyton Manning cast, or the Manning cast with his brother Eli. And he revealed on there something that I don't think we expected. Basically, he confirmed that he wears the same pair of underwear to every single game, and he has done that for the entirety of his NFL career. By the way, it gets crazier. He had this quote. I mean, if we're on a hot streak, I can't wash them, you know. All I got to say is you better wear those dang underwear on Monday, man. Listen, if you're superstitious, that's cool. I like to call it stupid-stitious just because sometimes it's stupid the way you think about it. But as a sports fan, I think you can understanding, okay, I got to be on this spot on the couch to make sure the Chiefs win. And when I sat there, we lost. Well, looks like Mahomes has that same thing. So kind of funny, but hey, Mahomes, wear the same underwear to Germany on Monday, and it'll be all right. All right, well, we appreciate you here on the Chiefs Report. If you want coverage from everything Chiefs, from news to rumors to Travis Kelce to Patrick Mahomes' lucky underwear, well, we have you covered here, and we appreciate you watching. As always, Chiefs Kingdom, peace out.